It's so great to be here, showing New Yorkers our commitment that we have to deliver for the present and future bus riders that we have in our city. But before I get into more details, I want to call someone that have been a great supporter, that on behalf of Mayor Eric Adams and the whole administration, DOT, we've been able to make these things possible, this big announcement for universal bus seating. Again, for all New Yorkers, but especially to 1 million New Yorkers with disability, and to more than 1 million New Yorkers who take the buses every day, who are mainly our working class and people who live in transportation deserts area in our city. Let me give you a Deputy Mayor, Jeff.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good morning. Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you to the entire DOT team and to the DOT team here at the sign shop for hosting us today, I think on short notice, so we appreciate the quick turnaround and supporting this event. And to our partners who are joining us today, we appreciate all of the support in moving this forward. But to make New York City the best place to live, work, raise a family, and grow old in, we have to take care of the big things and the small things. And it is the small things, the details, that make a difference in so many New Yorkers' lives. Essential details like seating at every bus stop so that older New Yorkers, as well as parents with children, people with disabilities, or just hardworking New Yorkers who need to rest and catch their breath for a moment, can sit down while they wait for the bus to arrive. Today, we are announcing a $40 million investment to ensure that every eligible bus stop across the 5 boroughs that lack seating will now be fitted with either a bench or a leaning bar. We're going to install this essential amenity at 875 bus stops every year over the next 10 years to give New Yorkers a break and transform the bus riding experience. And I'm proud that our efforts to improve New Yorkers' public transportation experience have also resulted in other promising accomplishments, such as a decrease in traffic fatalities last fiscal year. Our recent Mayor's Management Report showed that traffic fatalities decreased 24% across nearly all categories in fiscal year 2025, making that year one of the best years on record for Vision Zero's goals in recent history. I'll say it, traffic safety is public safety. New York City is a work in progress. There's always more that can be done to improve, and this administration will keep working hard to make life better for working class New Yorkers. So again, thank you to the entire DOT team and our partners for being here today. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. It is my pleasure to stand here with everyone from City Hall, Deputy Mayor, the team here at DOT in this particular site, that they work so hard to be sure that we have signs all over the place in our 44,000 intersections, and everyone that has made this big announcement possible, especially to Mayor Adams for his support. Having seating available at every bus stop will make taking the bus comfortable and accessible for all New Yorkers. This is not a privilege, this is a human right. And we are committed to start a new day in our city, where in every single bus stop, regardless of the socioeconomic or ethnic background, all New Yorkers, when they're waiting for the bus, in our plan, when we finish, they will have a bus shelters, or they will have a bench like this one where they can sit. That's a big thing. And this is possible, again, because all the support, all the hard work. Our city has more than 14,000 bus stops that are used by 1.3 million New Yorkers each day, especially older adults and people with limited mobility, and mainly working class and middle class New Yorkers. To put that number in context, that's roughly the population of Dallas on our buses. Every single day, New Yorkers rely on our buses to go to a doctor appointment, to go to school, or to go to work. but nearly 2/3 of bus stops do not have seating while passengers wait for buses to arrive. That's why we are stepping up so New Yorkers can sit down. We will, right? That's a good thing that we're doing. Again, that's why we are stepping up so New Yorkers can sit down from now on as part of this program. We will upgrade 875 bus stops every year over the next 10 years while maintaining existing seating. We will install benches or leaning bars, but basically benches at every single stop where we don't have bus shelters. The leaning bars is only in any place that we don't have the capacity to do it. But we focus on shelters or benches. That's our priority. We are ready to get to work with installations beginning right now this month. Yeah. This year, we are also working to deliver a major bus project to make services faster and more reliable for nearly 700,000 daily bus riders across the city, including on Hillside Avenue in Queens, Madison Avenue in Manhattan, and Flatbush Avenues in Brooklyn. We are also serving older New Yorkers through the Safe Streets for Seniors initiative to improve the safety of older adults and other pedestrians. As a result of this work, from September 24 to August 25, all the adult pedestrian fatalities were among the lowest number in recorded history. And as the Deputy Mayor said, we started recording the data in a quarterly basis, and in June we found out, as we also did in October, that in those quarterly report data analysis, 2025 has been one of the 2 years of the lowest numbers of traffic deaths since 1910. And we will remiss not to mention New York City DOT's planners and engineers and who work to improve safety with 3 specific programs aimed at the school: the School Safety Unit, Safety Education, and Outreach, and the Open Street School Initiative. And the team who is here from the street designing, also they do a great job. This Universal Seating Initiative is the next step in this work. And I'm proud to stand here with Deputy Mayor Jeff Rowe to announce these important efforts as he already did it. As an agency, we are prioritizing holistic efforts to improve the safety, accessibility, and comfort of our transit system. That's what the New York City Charter mandates DOT to do. The charter says that we are responsible to manage 27% of the land and guarantee a safe and efficient movement of people and vehicles. And that's what 6,000 men and women that made the great family of DOT do every day. The largest department of transportation that any city has, the department that has the most talented group of people, again, among those 6,000. So thank you to the whole family of DOT for the great job that they do. We could achieve this without the dedicated public servants that come to work every day to deliver for New Yorkers. I'd like to thank Sean Quinn, a great job. Harris Hernandez, Sheldon Bakers, Harry Fitz-Hamley, Dennis DeBertulis, Shari Gold, Jessica Colizzi, Larissa Hogan, Eric Beaton, Michelle Craven, Paul Ochoa, Rance Peter Smith, Igor Jaroslavsky, and especially the whole team, my executive, Ryan Lynch, the chief of staff, Margaret Fujoni, who is the first deputy commissioner that oversees all operations at DOT. Julie Barrow, that work we will with the whole policy team for doing all the great work. Again, this is a agency-wide effort. Para mí es un honor estar aquí a nombre del alcalde Regalens anunciando el programa histórico que tenemos en esta ciudad, que es un programa de nosotros garantizar que todas las estaciones de autobuses que tenemos sean parte de un plan donde los próximos 10 años, comenzando ahora, seguiremos instalando los bus shelters, pero también los benches que le facilitan a la persona neoyorquina trabajadora que viven en lugares donde los trenes no llegan, especialmente personas adultas, mayores, personas con disabilities, que puedan encontrar un lugar donde ellos sentarse. Esto es posible gracias a $40 millones que nosotros hemos podido identificar y lograr de fondo del Estado, pero también tiene que ver con el trabajo que todos hemos estado aquí haciendo, trabajando fuertemente. We have a few individuals who come and say a few words. Let me first call Arthur Schwartz, General Counsel at the Center for the Independence of Disabled.
For those of you who don't know, the Center for the Independence of the Disabled, New York, Sydney, is the largest independent living center in the state of New York. Last year, we serviced 70,000 disabled New Yorkers, helping them get benefits, helping them get housing, helping them leave nursing homes. And one of the focuses of our work for the last number of years has been to make our transportation system more accessible. You may have heard of a lawsuit we brought to get elevators in the subways. And we won that. It was a hard-fought fight. It was not with the city. It was against the state and the MTA. Mayor Adams came into office with one of the probably the least accessible public transportation system in the country. Things have changed over the last 4 years, and we appreciate greatly that Commissioner Ydanis has, you don't mind if I call you that, right? I've known him for a long time. That the commissioner has worked right up until the end of his administration to make the bus system more accessible. And we heard a lot lately in various campaigns about making the bus system faster and affordable. And I always tell candidates who are running for office, you have to say not only affordable, but accessible. And having benches at bus stops will make the bus system that much more accessible to people who have disabilities, who rely a lot on the buses because the buses kneel, and it's easier to get on the buses. Now they have a place to wait without having to stand and perhaps not be able to wait for that bus. So thank you, Commissioner Rodriguez, and thank you, Mayor Adams, for coming up with this and putting in place a plan. Here it is, 2 months to go in your administration, and you're putting plans in place for the next 10 years. We appreciate that greatly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Arthur. And of course, my team know that I always think big. So for me, it's about this is only a beginning. I want to see a city where one day all bus stops should have bus shelters. But we're working with the resources that we have. And the resources that we have allow us to continue working with JC the COP to expanding more bus shelters. But for the meanwhile, we also committed to provide the seating capacity. My dream, my goal, as I know the goal of everyone here, is about all bus stops in New York City one day also they should have shelters. So, we're making progress, but we should keep big goal. Now, I want to acknowledge Hanik Parkers from Queens Power. Hanik, where is Hanik? No? Okay. Let me call someone that played the role from the advocate. I've been there in my heart as an advocate, and I know institutions sometimes they are not ready to handle with the advocate, but someone that's been in the other side. Now I want to call someone that is, former members of the administration at City Hall, but now is the Executive Director of Transportation General Ben to come and say a few words.
Thank you, Commissioner. I know this has been a labor of love for a lot of folks here, so I really want to congratulate everyone. Transportation Alternatives is a more than 50-year-old organization advocating for better walking, biking, and public transit in New York City. MTA runs the buses, but New York City DOT has an incredible role to make sure that the buses are fast and frequent and make sure that the bus riding experience is dignified. And that means, it's cool to sit there on a hot summer day. You're protected from the rain. It also means you have a place to sit. I'm a parent, and when I see a bus stop without a place to sit, and my 3-year-old and 5-year-old are like wriggling all around, I'm like, oh my gosh. But if there's a bench, then I can sit down, and it's great. this is something that every bus rider deserves, and really want to appreciate Deputy Mayor Roth and Mayor Adams for taking this really important step. And we'd like to see, as the Commissioner said, a countdown clock at every bus stop, a bus shelter at every bus stop, and a bench at every bus stop. And also, let's do this as quickly as we can and make sure that it's not just every feasible bus stop. Let's see if we can make more bus stops feasible. So thank you so much.
So everyone, we are in the place from where you can get a sign. It only costs you $30. So if anyone wants to start a campaign, TA, a big sign say, I love my buses. So you only have to go to DOT and you can order your sign. And with that $30, again, you can have a beautiful sign in your house. But before I take any question, I want to take a photo here with all through the team. Come on this way, and then we come back to take any question.